I have 3 different American muscle cars. So I've got a Mark II Dodge Viper, I've got a Shelby Cobra, but it's a modern interpretation, and I've got a Ford Mustang, just normal kind of thing. Anyway, all these cars do have one very similar thing in common, and it is the fact they have the same horsepower. So what will happen when I drag race them over the standing quarter mile? I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching carwow. The Shelby Cobra CSX has a Ford 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 that puts out 460 horsepower and 569 newton meters of torque. It sends power to the rear wheels only via a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the whole car weighs in at just 835 kilograms, though that's the dry weight. So with fluids and stuff like that, it's probably going to be around 1 ton. The CSX, which is the first one of Shelby Cobras to be available in the UK in 60 years, is available through Clive Sutton, with prices starting from £195,000 for each build slot. This 2019 Ford Mustang has a 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 that puts out 460 horsepower and 520 newton meters of torque. It sends power to the rear wheels via a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the car weighs in at 1,808 kilograms. When it was new, this Mustang cost from £55,000. The Dodge Viper GTS has an 8-litre naturally aspirated V10 that puts out 456 horsepower and 664 newton meters of torque. It sends power to the rear wheels via a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the whole car weighs in at 1,595 kilos. When it was new in 1998, the Viper cost £69,000, but today it's valued at £78,000. So Rory, I don't really know much about this car. Can you just tell me?
It's from Clive Sutton. It looks like an old car, but actually underneath it has modern purpose-built chassis, and it has a modern Mustang engine and gearbox. It's like looking really cool, but when you turn it on a cold morning, it actually starts, and you might not kill yourself.
Okay, or you might, that's why I'm wearing this helmet. I've got the same engine and gearbox as you, but I don't have launch control, but you do.
I do. Weirdly, I have a manual gearbox like you, but I have launch control because on these Mustangs, the launch control is on the manual version, but that's going to help me, yeah.
So let's go over to Adam.
Welcome to the channel, Adam. Thanks for coming along.
Can you tell me about your crazy Viper?
I don't think launch control existed back when this was built.
It did, but probably just on race cars. That isn't. It's basically got a truck engine, hasn't it?
Well, they say it's a truck engine. I think Lamborghini helped develop it as their first V10, but that gives it a lot of torque.
Torque is good, but sometimes it can mean that you can overwhelm the grip of your tyres. So it's going to be me and you basically doing our best, and Rory using launch control. So that's going to be interesting. But before we get into the racing, let's just compare the sound of the cars. Adam, rev up your Viper. That is amazing. Can you do it again? Doesn't sound as good as a Tesla. Let's have a listen to yours, Rory. That is really good as well, but have a listen to this. I feel it vibrating me off the limiter, not me off the limiter. Anyway, shall we get on with this race?
I'm a bit scared, but let's go.
Like literally no driver's aids at all, no ESP, no traction control, not even any ABS, no roof for protection. I think these are just for show. And that's not going to provide any support, is it? Oh hell.
3, 2, 1.
Yes! Come on!
Been absolutely trounced.
Oh man, Rory, you got off great with your launch control, and I was sort of sliding slightly towards you, but then it managed to steer straight. I was just watching you really. I have no idea how Adam C was getting on.
Yeah, I got a bit of slip off the line. That probably killed the race, but I'm surprised how much I got ahead of the Mustang.
Yeah, I had a really good launch, and I think I was in front of Adam to begin with, but then you came roaring past with all that torque. Yeah, unfortunately this thing just couldn't keep up. I mean, I was doing a lot of concentrating on gear changes, but I think I got them all nailed. It's just, yeah, it just wasn't quick enough.
And the reason is, right, two things. Massive rear tyres, it hooked up so well even though it was spinning its wheels. And of course this car is so much lighter because there's nothing to it.
I'm surprised I kind of caught the Cobra a little bit, but then couldn't quite get past.
Ooh, so you reckon if you have a better launch you might beat me?
That's exactly what's going on in my head.
Okay, well let's do best 2 out of 3, see what happens. This time round I'm going to use less revs off the line.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, never wrong.
Come on!
There's no way I'm getting anywhere near them.
I love this thing, it's so raw. It's raw! That time my engine bogged down a bit because I had less revs because I didn't want so much wheel spin, but ultimately it did exactly the same time. Best 2 out of 3, it won. However, Adam, was your launch better that time?
My launch was marginally better. I still had a bit of slip, but I think in a half mile I could have reined you in and overtaken.
Ooh, well we'll find out about that in a bit. Rory, have you got anything to add?
I'm not going to launch any better than that. I got the gear changes even better that time, just don't have the power unfortunately.
Well, you have the power, but you have too much weight. That's what it is. So then what exactly happened? Well, the Shelby won. It completed the standing quarter mile in 12.5 seconds. The Dodge took 12.7 seconds and the Ford was last with a time of 13.6 seconds. Now we have a rolling race from 50 miles an hour in third gear. First to the half mile marker wins. I'm going to put these rubbish little windscreen wipers on which do nothing. 3, 2, 1, go!
I win!
I bet you're pleased with that, aren't you? You absolutely just shot off. It's almost like you cheated.
When we started, I went!
What? 8? And you, yeah, Rory.
I'd shake my head if I were you as well.
I'm having a lovely day listening to the V8, but yeah, it just shows you what the extra weight is doing to the performance. I mean, it's a quick car by any standard, but next to you too, it's a bit unfortunate really.
So the next test I'm a little bit worried about, but I think you have the same problem, don't you, Adam? Because we're going to do a brake test. I don't have ABS, do you?
Absolutely not, and it's good at locking up tyres.
Unfortunately, it's just started to rain as well, which is going to add to the intrigue. If not, let's do it. Okay, but what we're going to do, we're going to do it from 70 miles an hour. Has anyone showed you where the cones are?
So Adam, yeah, we'll build up speed up to 70. It's the quarter mile cones, and that's where you just smash the brakes on and hope you live.
Seeing as you just said that, Rory, we're going to do it from 60 miles an hour. So that me and Adam can make it home. Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it.
I lost badly, but not as badly as I thought.
I've got no ABS either. I had to pump it. I was like, yeah, yeah. Right, I'm glad we weren't going quicker. Imagine if we were doing 100, that would have been awful.